Today on the show, I'm happy to have Bryce Wuori. He's the CEO of Pavewise, the revolutionizing road construction management. So, Bryce, did you bootstrap this business or did you raise some capital?
We raised capital. We just closed a round in September of 2023, $1.3 million round with 5 investors from across the United States. And that's where we're at today.
Very nice. And how many employees do you have now?
We have 7 employees currently.
And you're already generating some revenue. What are those numbers?
Yeah, we are. So our monthly MRR right now is approximately we're about $15,000 right now. We had our best quarter actually just this quarter 1 of 2024. We generated about $210,000 worth of revenue. So yeah, we're definitely producing revenue. Definitely, we're up to 70 customers right now in the software.
Very nice. There has to be some happy investors. And you said you founded this when?
This was founded in May of 2023. We were an official software company in May of 2023.
So, how is it bringing technology to the construction industry?
So what we're really trying to do is we're blazing this new path with the construction industries a little bit behind with technology compared to a lot of other industries. It's pretty old school, a lot of what we call silverbacks, which pen and paper, old school methods. And that's changing a little bit with the generational change in the industry, the older generation's retiring. But really what we're trying to do is show people that we can use technology, we can use automation to make the busy work go away in your life. And like there's simple things that we can create a software to do for you so that you have more time to do what matters, working with your customers, running your projects, working with your employees, those types of things. And that's really what we're trying to bring forward and teach these individuals.
So, I think there's a little bit of a backstory about hitting this market. You didn't wake up one day and say, I'm going to fix construction with technology.
No, I've been in this industry for 20 plus years. I'm third generation construction. I developed the first piece of Pavewise as a way to manage my own construction company. I've struggled with busy work like crews. I was managing multiple crews. Hey, we forgot our plans. Hey, we're caught in the middle of a rainstorm. And a lot of it was just like, man, I know for a fact, if I could automate some of this and get them access to their plans or permits through their phone, they all have a phone in their hand. Like, how do we do this? And that's what eventually just took some time. We built this and found success in it. And eventually we just hit this chord or found this niche in the industry where we're like, oh, everybody has this problem and this is just not us. So it turned into, how do we build this for other people? And that's what we've done today.
What has been the biggest challenge with convincing these silverbacks to bring in the tech?
Change is hard, especially when you're changing behaviors, right? It's mostly spending the time to just build the trust with them and be like, all right, listen, I know you know how to take pictures with your phone. I know you know how to use a weather app. It's that simple. We'll walk through this with you. We'll set up a project, the training aspect of it, right? Actually giving them the guidance and teaching them this is how this is going to work. And this is how we're going to help you get through this change. And that takes time. Building trust and those types of things is hard. But that's been our biggest challenge for sure, is just what we've built with some of the automation of our Pavewise and what some of the processes it's doing has never been done by another software company or heard of. So we have to do a lot of that training and that knowledge transfer just to even get our foot in the door to show them like, this is what we are.
A lot of tech startups, they go years upon years without generating revenue. So what were the secrets for you to be in a position where you are generating revenue fairly quickly?
We had a customer base already. We'd ran this 3 years prior in my construction. We tested it with other construction companies. We knew it successfully worked. We had a wait list of people wanting to use it. So that was pretty easy to transition them into paying customers.
So what kind of recommendations would you tell people who are to do those types of things, right? Before going to raise capital, how did that benefit you?
It benefited us. I knew like, I'm an engineer. I need to see numbers, right? So like before I knew I was going to put a full investment of myself and time into this, I wanted to make sure it was right for the market, that the market was ready for it. Like we could have released this back in 2019, but we really could have probably released this but the market wasn't quite ready. The economy wasn't quite ready. So we held off. We built on it more. We tested it more. We got it into some hands of some of our key customers. And we're like, let's partner on this. And timing is very important. And we just seen the timing wasn't quite right. And we built up our wait list. We promoted it. We built it to a point where we felt comfortable with like timing's right.
Definitely. Throughout your life, have you, a couple things. First of all, has mentorship played a role?
Absolutely. Yes. I am definitely very lucky to have mentors who taught me a lot about construction, about technology. And that's what I love doing. That's what fills my cup the most is taking and teaching people like there's a better way to do this that's going to make your life easier. And that was taught to me. So I'm just kind of handing it down.
And then what would you say is the most transformative experience you've had in your life? And how did it shape who you are today?
The most probably, there's probably not one specific example. I was always raised to work really hard in a construction family. It was, you wake up early, you put in the time, you prove yourself through hard work. I think that mentality created a little bit of a thick skin and just a really tough mentality to, I'm trying to sell software to construction guys, right? And this is hard. Like I'm like a glutton for punishment, right? Software, construction. So that kind of building of this is going to be hard, but if you put the work and time in, it's always going to pay off. I think that's just something naturally I was taught from my father and my grandpa, those kinds of mindsets. Like I, I don't have to work up or I don't have to wake up and work today. I want to wake up and work today and I want to help people. Changing that mindset of I have to, I want to is like really important. And I've always used that aspect as a way to kind of motivate myself and be like, I have the opportunity to do this. And this is what I love to do.
Are there any practices you have in place to stay persistent and break through a wall of no's?
Yeah. I mean, it's touches and trust building and just, you're going to get told no. I literally just, I'm not kidding. I'm in my vehicle right now. I just came from a meeting with a really big contractor who I showed them everything, how it's going to make their process so much more efficient and how simple it is to use. And they're all like, this is awesome. This is amazing. We love it. But it's going to take another 2 touches to get them to be a paying customer, to show them, to set it up. And it's just creating that mentality that like, I'm never going to just walk into some place and be like, here it is, write me a check right now. There's always steps in place and it's going to take multiple touches. It's going to take time to build that trust. This industry is a very much organic, want to feel, want to touch, want to see. And that's just part of it. Understanding that and knowing there's a process that has to take place and just grind through it. And it'll be good at the end if you take the time to do it.
Yeah, the grinding mentality. Love it.
Grind. Yeah.
So, Bryce, if any of our listeners wanted to get in touch or learn more, how could they do so?
Reach out. We're very active on LinkedIn. I have a profile on there, pavewisepro.com. We actually have, you can reach out and comment or look at our blog on there. We love to talk about construction, especially paving. Asphalt paving is our specialty. A lot of people, that industry gets put in the dark sometimes, but 94% of the roads we drive on in the United States are paved in asphalt. And you think about all the road systems that connect us and how important it is to our society, our economy. And we want to build better roads and help the people in the field succeed. And we love talking about this stuff and shedding light on this industry because it is a really cool industry.
Well, thank you, Bryce, for coming on the show and everybody for listening to another episode of Failing to Success. If you like the show, make sure to subscribe. I'm your host, Chad Kalecki, and we'll see you next time.